welcome back, PGF fans, grappler fans, jiu-jitsu fans, fans of all types, to the Egghead Scramble podcast. And welcome back again to the new co-host, Donald Rose now, our head of sponsorship and our guest partnership relations. CJ always does the name thing. I just know that you're the force behind making this actually a viable organization. So, Donald, thank you for being with us.
Hey, Egg, and hey, everybody.
Well, we are continuing on with our Jiu-Jitsu Gym Owner Series. A very awesome treat for you. Somebody that has his own YouTube channel and a very cool series called Matt Miles. I really enjoyed it. Guy's been around for just a hot minute. Coached, everyone from hobbyists to UFC fighters. A man who is affiliates in multiple states, all over the place. One, Scott Miller.
Woo! What's up, guys? Nice. Good to see you guys. Nice.
Awesome to see you as well. CJ was very, very pleased with himself when he got the Austin Powers Scott yell on board.
That's good. I'm happy about it. Usually it's Scotty doesn't know, so I prefer the Austin Powers one. So
Nice.
That is a very nice reference as well. Not as good for you, perhaps, if that was the case, but it is still classic. I mean, Matt Damon, one of the coolest little spots in the movie. You never see him in. That was a very good cameo.
Yeah, that's right.
So I guess, did a little bit of research, watched all your Matt Miles shows, really loved it. That Anthony Bourdain inspired stuff.
Yeah. So, that's something go ahead. Sorry.
No, please talk about it.
I was just going to say, one of my favorite things to do that I've done for a long time is travel and train with different people. I think cross training can be great. I've learned a lot from all over the place, been all over the nation and all over the world doing seminars and training at different places. So I just kind of was like, why am I not filming this and kind of telling the deeper story behind some of the culture and the coaches and the gyms that are all over the place.
I love it too, because you keep it about the 20 to 30 minute mark. That seems like the really nice bite size, really digestible, but you get a lot in those little clips. It's good.
Yeah, I try to be quick, and I'm actually not a man of many words most of the time, but so I try to be quick and to the point of those stories and the different types of gyms. I have two that I need to get out soon. One's South Florida. One is Asheville, North Carolina. Both those episodes I'm really excited about. Very cool. I trained with Wagner Hocha for a while and fight sports with Cyborg and Adolfo Vieira and a lot of, world champions and some of the best guys in the sport. So I know them fairly well. And I went down there and visited there and did a seminar at a gym and hung out with those guys. And then Asheville, North Carolina, used to go out there quite a bit as well. So, and funny enough, I kind of ran into an old school guy, Josh Ford, who's a black belt who started training, I think in like 2002, maybe the late 90s or something. But he was here in Colorado, then he's moved around. So yeah, it's cool. It's a small community, which is cool. You get to run into people. And I had never met Josh. He was a Colorado guy. And then it's kind of funny enough, we met up out there in Asheville. So, and then I'm working on a couple other episodes. I'm going to Oregon and all over the place, a couple other places this summer. So excited about continuing to do it.
Nice.
No, definitely love it. I mean, and obviously, pointed out that we're doing our jiu-jitsu, gym owner series. And so you own Evergreen Jiujitsu. How did that come to be?
Just fate, I guess, honestly. I moved here 2008. I've been training jiu-jitsu since 2008. So I've been all over Colorado training at different spots and been, I just wanted to kind of get out of the city. And Evergreen was one of my favorite little mountain towns and landed there and decided to start a gym there. And just I enjoy it. It's nice being in the mountains. It's nice being close to the city because I can go get good training or work with people that I've worked with for years. I also have a nice little vacation destination gym. So,
no, definitely love it. I mean, I think we're going to end up in Littleton when we retire from the court and get out there this summer. But definitely looking at Morrison and Evergreen, just close enough, but still
Yep.
a bit of mountain in there too. That's kind of a life goal. Once I don't know, maybe once I
Exactly.
booted one kid out of the house, just graduated from college, and so I got 2 more, and then maybe I'll make that
Congratulations.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
so obviously, the word is that you started, with this whole journey of martial arts and jiu-jitsu from a wrestling background.
Yeah.
I listened to some other podcasts and didn't know you came from Oberlin, Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you heard?
yeah. Well,
Really?
I do my research, man.
Nice. Yeah. It's
That's what
like
Egghead does.
population 1,200 people, so it's very small. All my brothers wrestled. I have 2 older brothers. They used to just beat the shit out of me growing up. One's 11 years older, one's 5 years older. Both of them wrestled. So it was just kind of what we did. It's kind of a family tradition that just kind of kept going and going. And then I wrestled in high school. I wrestled in college, just a little bit in college. And then I was burnt out on wrestling, quite frankly. But I was a big fan of fighting and MMA. Obviously, town of 1,200 people, there's no jiu-jitsu, especially in 2008. And I think, Denver was the closest place, which is only 4 or 5 hours away. So I was like, okay, I don't know what I want to do with my life. So the very first thing I did, I was like, okay, I'm going to go see my brother who lived in Colorado. I looked up a few different gyms, and the gym I landed at, that was just along the way. And I popped in there, I trained, and I was like, all right, cool. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. I'm going to get my stuff and move out here. So.
No, I love that because I grew up in Kansas in Wichita.
Oh, okay, nice.
I went to Wichita State University for undergrad, and
Gotcha.
I left there in 2003, and at that time there was no jiu-jitsu there.
No,
there was none, even in 2003, and people don't know Wichita is technically the largest city in Kansas. Kansas City's half Missouri, so but just wow how back then it just wasn't there.
No, I think there might have been one place in Kansas City even, but I don't even remember. Yeah. And I have a couple affiliate schools in Kansas. I got one in Great Bend, Kansas, one in Hayes, Goodland, and Colby. And Colby's where I went to college to wrestle at.
Okay. So Colby Community College.
Yep. That's where I wrestled at.
Okay. Because and Oberlin's just north of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do know Kansas.
Yes.
I believe you now. That
but
part. Most people don't even know.
Most people just know the 70. And exactly. I had to admit when I heard Oberlin, I'm like, I know of Oberlin College, but I'm like, where the heck is that? Pulled out the map. Oh, right north of Colby. Because I know Colby from the 70. Most people just know the 70. Let's be honest.
For sure.
Maybe the 35.
Yeah.
A lot more the 70.
There's a lot of I-70. There's about 12 hours of I-70 in Kansas, and everybody hates it. So.
Yeah, that once you get past the line of going west, up until you hit Denver, even through the east part of Colorado, that can be a little rough on that road trip.
For sure.
Yeah. So you did Colby Community College, and that's where you qualified for nationals, right?
Correct. Yeah. Which actually, Colby, you probably know this, but Colby has a pretty good history of wrestling. Daniel Cormier wrestled his first 2 years there. Then he went to Oklahoma State. CB Dalloway wrestled there. Then he went to Arizona State. Then, a couple other fighters that have fought in the UFC, Corey Hill, Melvin Gillard. So they have kind of a history of really good guys coming out of Colby. So I got to wrestle. I didn't get to wrestle with those guys, but good guys from Uzbekistan and Bulgaria, countries like that were on my team. And I learned a lot. I got a lot better at wrestling, obviously, in college. And then I was burnt out. So I was like, I want to try jiu-jitsu. I was like, I think that sounds more fun. You got to choke people. You got to break their arm. You got to attack their legs. To me, it's so much more fun and dynamic than wrestling, where pins are cool, but I'm glad I have that background in wrestling because it made my grappling so much better. When I started, it was I'd already had 15 years of wrestling experience.
Yeah.
So it's the first few weeks, I was getting subbed. Guys are like, dang, you're good. You've only been training this amount of time. I was like, yeah, but I've been wrestling forever. So
yeah. When did you make that transition?
It was I actually started probably in 2006 messing around with jiu-jitsu, and I just would find stuff online, and it feels so old, but YouTube really wasn't a thing. I guess, Don, you're about close to my age. You might even be a little bit older. but you look better.
I don't know about all that.
You have less hair, but more so 2006, there's not really any YouTube. I think so. It wasn't much to find online. I was watching like Eddie Bravo's 10th Planet stuff, Twister DVD, Rubber Guard, all that stuff. That's where I started like teaching myself jiu-jitsu before I could move. And I would talk whatever buddies into being like, hey dude, let's go train at the college wrestling room and try to figure this out, So I was already hooked onto it before I could even actually go to an actual gym and be coached by somebody, And to me, that was like, oh, how amazing. So that's kind of when I made that transition, probably like 2007, 2006. And then
was that during college?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, and then, yeah, I picked up a book when I was 15. It was Ken Shamrock's Lion's Den, which was the best fight team at that time, Them and the one in Iowa, of course. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name, but
the Militich fighting system with Hughes.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, one of those guys, LC Davis, my brother was friends with LC Davis, who's out in Kansas coaching wrestling now. He fought in the IFL. He would come visit and he'd be like, hey, I got a fight. Will you guys like help, do some training? And we're just like, we don't know what the hell we're doing, dude, but sure. Like, what do you want us to do? We just got to wrestle. So, anyways, yeah, I picked up that book and I just started looking through the techniques and I was like, oh, this sounds awesome. And it was like Americanas and stuff that, really basic stuff, but I was like, this is great. So
yeah, the earth-shattering revolutionary knee bar. Oh my God.
Exactly. Yeah, straight ankle locks and yeah. Exactly.
No, I love it. I've told some people before on the show that I started learning on ship on the USS America. A bunch of blue belts from 10th Planet Yuma from our fixed wing element. Came out the ship. We had a little group that met every day, and then once we kind of like ran out of techniques that people knew, it was straight up YouTube University, like you said. Marcel Garcia, Eddie Bravo. I mean, we had bootleg, mastering the system episodes, going around on like little flash drives.
I watched all those same things because at that time that's all there really was,
Oh yeah, Eli Knight. I knew, that was huge for me back in the day.
Yeah.
David Avellin had some too, and he's been really cool because he's been around the PGF about every season. He's usually on the couches.
That's awesome.
Good stuff there. But anyways, back in 2008. So this is when you made the big jump. Okay, let's go. Going to Denver. What was the scene like back then?
I think there was probably only 5 places to train. There might have been a couple in the Springs, but I think Gum Mixed Martial Arts. That was where I started. That was Brad Gum. He 2-time UFC, competed in the UFC twice. Then you had High Altitude with Nate Marquardt. At that time, it was owned by Nate Marquardt, which that guy was. I was like, oh, Nate Marquardt. He's everybody knew him. And then Easton's and Colorado BJJ and maybe like Zingano. So like 5. And there might have been 1 or 2 in the Springs that I don't know about, but I never went down there to train. So. Yeah, there wasn't very many places.
It does seem like very quickly, Colorado quietly became, one of the toughest grappling and MMA regions in America. What do you think Colorado produces such hard people in the sports?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. One, the first UFC was here. So I think that kind of set a precedence for like, oh, this is like an MMA, a place where you can fight, So I think guys started moving here for the altitude, plus like, the first UFC was here. Plus, you have the Olympic Training Center in the Springs. So you got, wrestlers and judokas and taekwondo people down there. So you have I think the elevation's a big part of it, and altitude training is a big part of it. And then just like, then you have these guys that kind of came up like, Dwayne Ludwig, Trevor Whitman, Mark Montoya, specifically in the MMA community, that kind of started building the MMA community. You got Mike Nichols, Josh Ford was part of that too. So a lot of these guys just, I think happened to be attracted to coming here and fighting just started to become, it's like anything, right? And I think I like what you guys are doing because Colorado needs a boost in the jiu-jitsu community. We got good guys. but we're not on the level of Florida or California or Texas or New York, or New Jersey. There's a lot more people there, but also the culture of training is way bigger in those places. I can't tell you how many people move from Texas to Evergreen that I have training jiu-jitsu. Like, oh, thank goodness all these Texas people are moving here that actually know jiu-jitsu, So it's like, I love that these stuff like you're doing is what we needed. And, Fight to Win did a really good job for a long time with Seth. He boosted the scene here in Colorado and gave everybody a platform to compete, maybe make a little money, and really just boost the culture. So I love that you've come in and like you're doing the same thing with the PGF and the Colorado Wolverines, man. It's appreciated because we need something like that. Because even the best guys here, usually they get to a level where then they move because they're like, I gotta go to another place. I've known several guys, gi and no gi, they're just they're the best guys in Colorado. So to get pushed and get the training partners and even the teaching and everything, they got to move to Austin, or they got to move to California or San Diego, South Florida, whatever, right? New York. So I love what you guys are doing and like putting some more heat on the scene here in Colorado.
Yeah, should have warned you. You're of an age with us, and so you probably remember a little about Pee Wee's Playhouse. Anytime you say our team's name, chances are that CJ will throw it out there.
I love that. Thanks, CJ.
Yeah, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he hadn't even watched the movie, and we were owning the Colorado Wolverines, and I'm like, kid, how I failed raising you. What has happened here? and I made him watch it with me. I'm like, there's no way we can own this team called the Wolverines of Colorado and you not watch Red Dawn. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
We actually talked about because in one of the scenes they have a logo for the Colorado Wolverines from the high school on their little scoreboard. I'm like, we're gonna get that, and then we're gonna make some retro looking stuff, I think, for the merch.
Yeah, Red Dawn, another great movie, dude. You gotta watch that.
Or what's wrong with you? What are you even doing?
I watched that the kickoff to the Russia-Ukraine war, actually, like the week of that. Just randomly, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
It's a good time to revisit this.
And we got a Wolverine right here watching us right now, Matthias El Bomba, the Blackfoot Butcher of the Wolverines. Funny little thing. If you saw the season, there you go. So Matthias, CJ and I saw him for the first time at the Las Vegas qualifier for the PGF, and this guy was just smoking people. As far as like his positional game is so crisp, passing, every dominance, it's amazing. And we had two guys get injured the first week, and I'm like, okay, we need build our bench because God, people aren't listening. Because I swear to God, I told him, Scott, I'm like, just tap, please. It's a season. Just when you're got. The guys are just used to that tournament format. Like, okay, I'll take a pop and I'll be fine. Like, not if you got to come back next week, brother.
Right, exactly.
5 more weeks after that.
That's right.
Yeah.
But Matthias came out, and it was just a great person to be there. We actually flew Anakin from Subhounds out as well. I'm like,
nice.
Calling the dogs that I knew were out there available. And they just added so much to the room and to the house. So just Matthias, appreciate you being out here, brother. Looking forward to seeing more of you. He had a nice little run at the West Coast Trials.
Very cool.
Yes.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah.
He's a dog, man. He's a dog.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So pardon me, you kind of already jumped into the Wolverine stuff, which that's fine. We'll skip ahead on some stuff. But no, thank you. Obviously,
sorry about that.
No. Hey, please don't hurt us by saying good things about.
Though. Yeah, because I actually met B-Mac because he's the one that started it, right? Him and some other people. Yeah. So I met him in, 2018. So I think maybe had he even started the PGF at that point?
Nope.
Or maybe
it
just
started
started.
2020.
Okay, yeah. So I was out, speaking of places I've traveled a ton, right? I'm traveling all over the place. I was in Alabama and Birmingham, and he was up with a couple of students for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he was doing some filming, and he must just like visit SBG Birmingham.
Yep.
Sometimes Chris Connolly's his name, great dude.
Yes, 100%.
And I got some really good training there because they have a world champion black belt coaching there. Then they had some really good Brazilians coming through. And one of the guys, I believe it's Jason, he was on the first season, I think, first or second season. Really good armbar. He had a ton of arm bars on some people. I believe that's his first name.
Elbow Genie.
Is that his name?
Jonathan Roberts.
Jonathan, yes.
Yeah.
Jonathan, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I trained with him. He was really good at that time. I think he was a brown belt at that time. But anyway, so I kind of met him, and I met BMAC, like I said, 2018. And we only met each other like kind of briefly. It was just the gym, but it's cool to see like what he's done, what you guys have done since that time, you know. And it's fun to watch. And once he came up with the idea of the PGF, I was like, oh, this is cool. I like this idea. This is good. And I know it's kind of bigger down there, and now it's starting to kind of grow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so he started during COVID. That's how this all happened. Yeah. My story's kind of wild because it was during that shutdown where we couldn't train. That I was there every Friday night in the comment section originally.
Yeah.
Season 2 finale, I was able to go out there and watch that live. And season 3, I found myself on the commentary team, and I was there for years. And then last season, I knew they had one team left to sell. Like, well, I bet they probably need to get rid of that thing.
Yeah.
Maybe an opportunity. And definitely loved the PGF. And, knew I was retiring to Colorado this year. And I thought, well, this is the time. If I'm ever going to do it during this transition, it's wild, it's crazy, it's probably stupid. But, if I get out to Colorado and it's become a litigator, then that'll just be my life, and I'll be boring and never have a chance to do this. So I asked the wife. She said yes. You said yes, and there we go. So
got a reminder, yeah.
Hey, just like when I joined the Corps, I asked her first. There you
go.
You make poor decisions, that's your fault. I mean, you could have said no. But anyway, so when did you first start following the PGF?
Probably at that time when they very first started, because I started following BMAC at that time, and he was coaching one of his guys, and he has a girl there, Kaya, I believe is her name.
Oh, and Kaya Jackson, she's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so he brought a couple of people there. He brought his camera person there, and then that's kind of when I got to know him a little bit, because I was there for about 5 days, and I think he was there for 2 or 3 days. So I kind of got to know him through that, and then just started following him and following his Instagram, and just like I loved his technique, his teaching, just like everything he puts out. I'm like, that's nice. That's a nice little detail, or a nice little way of looking at things. So that's kind of when I started following him, and then started following the PGF as well. And then, like I said, Jonathan, he's the first and only person to put me to sleep. So yeah, it was in the gi, and he hit like a a baseball bat choke, and I passed his guard while I was in the baseball bat choke, and then that was the last thing I remember. And I'm like on the mat, like trying to wrestle, and I was trying to find his legs, and I like look up, and he's behind me, and I was like, did I just go out? And he goes, I thought you did, but then you just kept going. So I was like, I didn't know I'd let go. I was like, oh, okay, well, cool, let's go again then. So yeah, and so we battled good after that. After the next few days that I was out there, I was like, okay, I got to train with that kid again. I can't let him put me to sleep like that. So so it's fun to watch him do really well in those competitions. So yeah, that's when I started following PGF.
Yeah, super cool. He's a great guy as well. After Jaden Groner, one of our teammates this season, he hit 3 submissions in one night. All of them were elbow genie submissions, meaning because Jonathan Roberts has the elbow genie point named after him. If you get a submission in less than 1 minute, like he used to do so many times, you get extra bonus point. And so Jonathan Roberts was so cool, and actually like sent a video message to Jaden.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Just a great dude.
That's cool. Yeah. He was super nice, super cool kid. Yeah, I think he was from Georgia or something originally, maybe, but I couldn't remember. Maybe that's where he started training. Yeah.
I don't know all of his background. I mean, just know of the SVG and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, again, just a great dude. Been trying to convince him to come back. Now it's a weekly format, but he has a pretty good job, and so it's tough to pull those guys out for 6 weeks.
For sure.
So I guess you already brought it up that we are doing something very different with Colorado Wolverines. We're trying to give. I warned you.
I'm gonna psych him out one of these. The Colorado Wolf. So he's got a good trigger finger.
Yeah. Well, is for me to do Wolverines, and then he'll like pause a little bit, so I think I'm okay. Like he forgot about it.
Gotcha.
And then they'll let me and they'll hit me with something like that. I can almost hear him giggling upstairs right now. It's
yeah.
But anyway, so here's the point. Try and make professional jiu-jitsu a thing in Colorado. Trying to give opportunities for people. I mean, I guess it's more than just a logo, because like people, I told you I'm moving to Colorado. People said, "Oh, Egghead Jiu-Jitsu, that'd be a really cool gym name," and I said, "No, that's not the point. The point of the Colorado Wolverines is we're going to be about all jiu-jitsu in Colorado." Do you think the Colorado jiu-jitsu community is ready to rally behind this concept of a professional team that binds us together?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about time, and I think the format of PGF and no-gi, coming from wrestling, I prefer no-gi. I train both. I do the gi, I do no-gi, but no-gi is just more exciting, quite frankly. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So I think the format and the style of everything, we have a lot of exciting grapplers here in Colorado. Anakin, basically the whole Subhounds team, quite honestly. Jonathan Wilson, Caleb Crump, all those guys are fun to watch compete against each other. So yeah, I think everybody's ready for that.
So I don't know if you know this. You give a kid a soundboard and then things happen. So
grounded, dude.
I don't know if you know, coming up, we're actually, because normally the PGF's always been about one weight class per season. Okay, it's the 175er time, it's the 155er time, it's the 205 class. Now we're going to more of a wrestling format, like a high school match,
like a dual tournament.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 5 different weight classes.
I love it.
We're gonna have 145, 155, 170, 185, and 205.
Nice.
And I'm telling you this because I'm giving you kind of a warning order to let the brain, your subconscious, percolate a little bit, because I'm going to start asking you who you think from Colorado should be doing those weight classes. So I'm going to give you a minute though, so the subconscious can work.
Yes.
I can put you on the spot.
Don't answer now.
Well, I mean, you could if you wanted to, but you don't have to. I guess
I would.
Okay.
I would say Rob Parrish. Rob Parrish. What way to see? 55, probably.
I think he can make 45.
You think he can? Yes.
I think he could.
I think Anakin can Anakin make 70? He can make 70, right?
Easy.
Yeah. What's with Jonathan Wilson though? He's like 70 or 85 too, isn't he? Those divisions, I think there's so many good guys at those weight classes. The 3 that I come, and not to offend anybody, but the 3 that come to my mind right now is going to be Caleb Crump, Anakin, and Jonathan Wilson. But I think Crump's a little bit bigger. He usually, I feel like he competes at like 85, but I could be wrong.
I mean,
actually,
you're right.
70.
Yeah, 70 is tough for him to make.
Yeah, the other thing I guess is like, is it day before weigh-ins? Is it day of weigh-ins?
No, as a true coach, that makes a lot of sense. And it's a very smart call. So with the way the PGF works, at least last season and this season going forward, you do get a 2-pound weight allowance.
Okay.
So at least one day you can do it 24 hours before the first match.
That's good.
So 24 hours for the first match.
Cutting.
Yeah. Oh, and then it gets better. So you get the 2-pound weight allowance, and then in subsequent weeks you'll weigh in same day, but you can be as big as 1 pound under the next weight class. So 170 pounder can weigh in at 172 before his first, the day before his first match, and then next week on game day he can get up to 179 as long as you don't go up to the next weight class.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty fair and good weight, weigh-ins. So I don't think a lot of those guys can make whatever weight, So yeah, there's a lot of good guys that have the potential to be in there. 205, I don't know. Who do you think, Don? I'm trying to think of names off the top of my head.
Of course, you put the hardest one on me. See, 155, I'd go Riley. I know we skipped that one, but I'd probably go Riley Golden.
Yep,
Riley Golden
totally.
as well would be my personal pick. Just at that. He's really good, man, and low-key coming up like crazy. 205, oh, man, I don't want to offend anybody because now I can't. Like, I'm trying to think of who's a good 205.
I'm trying to think of 205. Everybody I know is like big that I'm thinking of. That's 230, 240. I'm just thinking of the guys that I've watched recently at the Naga competitions, and watching the absolute divisions. That's kind of what I've been watching mostly lately, as far as the highest level of guys competing in Colorado right now. So yeah. Oh yeah, Matt from 10th Planet, of course.
Yeah,
he's a big boy though. He can make 205 though. He can make two. That's one of the guys I was thinking about. But he should probably make 205, I think.
He could make 205. I know he's lost a bunch of weight lately too, I think.
Norm from Logos. He would be another guy that would be in there. I don't know how much Norm weighs though, quite honestly. He's probably 70 or something like that.
Everyone's been saying Avery's gonna make 185.
Yeah.
Although he's yoked, so that blows my mind. I mean, I guess
I haven't met him yet. I've only heard legends of him, but I think I've maybe seen him compete once, and he looks good. So yeah, he'd be up in there too.
I mean, I guess with having the 205s, I think that gives a lot of the bigger guys motivation to possibly get down to the weight they really should be.
Yeah, and again, those are, I mean, a big guy can cut 20, 25 pounds if they know how to do it, especially if it's day before weigh-in. And then how would that work with 205 with the weight class the week after, though? That's the only thing.
I think they get it to 225. I have it in my notes somewhere, but I think they get it to 225.
Yeah.
So, that's going to help him a lot. I know, Matt's definitely very interested in this. He's commented on a lot of our posts about it. Excited to see him. He's a great reputation. CJ and I, I trained him under him for a good bit in Charlottesville, in Gracie, Charlottesville. Alex Brown, he's a Pedro Sauer black belt. He's called me the other day, like how motivated he is because I talked to him about it. Like he's a little bit bigger right now, but he's like, you know what? I'm actually gonna eat right and vegetables and take my vitamins. The whole Hogan thing and get down. So I'd be pumped to see him because he's a great dude. But
that's great. Yeah, either way, again, it gets people talking because like when I started competing, there was only 1 or 2 competitions a year, in 2008 and probably till 2010 or 11. And then you'd maybe get like 3 or 4 a year. And now it's just like every single month. And back then it was like, okay, well, who's the best guy in Colorado? And that was always kind of the debate at your weight class because sometimes you would never see that person or whatever the case would be. And I think people weren't competing as much in Colorado at that time. So it creates the conversation of like, yeah, who's the best guy at 170 here? That's what's fun. That's like wrestling to me, where it's like, who's the best guy at 170? Who cares what belt rank you are or whatever, how old you are, whatever, like who's the best of your weight class? And now you guys are figuring that out. It's like, yeah, let's see who the best is,
and it's perfect you coming from a wrestling background that you would say that because I'm not going to say anything set in stone, but I will say I'll give you a little preview of some concepts we have right now.
Okay.
One of the concepts we have from TJ Steinbach, who grew up wrestling in Arizona, that same type of culture, is that type of season of competitions where you build points and then you come to a final, okay, who is the best in Colorado situation? And we're looking at, possibly having 3 tournaments built upon that model where you build the points and then you are the overall like season champ of Colorado under the Wolverines organization. Now I'll balance it out because there's kind of 2 things going on simultaneously. One, we do want to have that community of Colorado and have that like that continuity of, hey, you're building yourself for that season, both with the kids, the beginners, intermediates, and then of course the experts. So we have that as a concept, kind of that wrestling concept, because we want to bring everyone together in Colorado with that. But at the same time, we're a PGF franchise. So, and here's a new thing: every tournament we do can be a qualifier.
Yeah.
So every time we have a tournament, whether it be the big overarching one, which I think we're going to work towards that, like at least 3 tournament thing where people, with everyone from kids to experts and, get their thing. But we're also looking at possibly doing a couple one-offs, one maybe just to get it, just to break the seal, just to, hey, we're just going to do the 5 weight classes, maybe another one-off. But every time you do one of our tournaments and you do expert level of one of the weight classes of 145 to 205, if you win that, you're in the PGF draft. You qualify.
Yeah.
So,
I love that idea. It's like a tryout, which that's great. And again, those things make guys better when you're forced to. It's one thing competing, which is great, but that will drive you to get better, right? But some of the toughest matches I had was in the practice room or for a tryout. And we had to go best 2 out of 3. This kid won. He got 8th in the nation at senior nationals the year before. And, that placed the high school once, but I knew I was good. So, the first match I beat the kid and I was like, okay, cool. I am as good as I think I am. And I think I'm better than this kid. And the second match I lost. Third match I won. I destroyed him the third match. And it just kind of broke him, honestly, after that. But if it wasn't for that kid, if I was just like let onto the team, I would not have raised the level in myself of being like, okay, I got to work my ass off. And I just remember I was practicing and running and doing all the right things for those 2 or 3 weeks just to get my spot on the team. And then that put me in this place like, okay, well, I already beat a kid that got 8th in the nation last year, which is a senior All-American is a big deal, as at that age. So I was like, I can compete with all these guys now. Of course, I'm not the best, but I belong here. So I think those sort of tryouts and qualifiers, again, that just like raises the level of everybody in Colorado.
Definitely love it. I would just say I love the story of your own personal vision quest. I love that movie growing up.
Any sound bites from Vision Quest? Any Madonna or anything?
Oh, CJ doesn't know that. That's way before his time.
A must-watch wrestling movie if you've never seen it. It's Vision Quest.
We just got him doing jiu-jitsu like 3 months ago, so he's catching up.
Start.
He just graduated college yesterday. He was a 4-year football player.
Cool.
That's been his whole pathway.
Nice.
I'll make sure we watch Vision Quest before next season for sure.
It's a classic.
So, I'm giving you some behind the scenes a little bit. Maybe on
I love it. Thanks, man. I appreciate
stuff.
it.
I'll give you a little bit more. So, here's how Coloradans can make the PGF this season. And we're giving you we're going to give the keys to the castle to anyone that wants to show up and make their destiny. So if you do one of our qualifiers, here's a few things that can happen. 1, if you win the qualifier in the expert division of 145 to 205, those 5 different weight classes, if you win the division, you qualify for the draft, period.
Nice.
And that means you're eligible to be drafted in the PGF draft. That's going to happen in January. I'm not going to say the date. I feel comfortable saying January because Brandon said it on another thing, so I don't feel bad. I don't think I'm be on probation for that one. But if you win your division, you're in the draft, period. Here's another thing. Just by showing up and showing out in our competition, you might be signed as a free agent before the draft. Maybe by us, maybe by another team. Cool. Because every team can actually sign people ahead of time. I'm not going to tell you how many because I think that might still be not released. But we came in last season with at least 2 people that we could sign ahead of time, and I'll at least tell you there's going to be more that can be signed this season.
Nice.
Sorry, the producer's right next to me. So here's the other thing is that if you don't get signed by us or another team as a free agent, you're in the draft, we might draft you. And Lord knows we're going to be looking for Coloradans to draft.
Yeah.
Again, hey, man, the Phenoms love stealing our people. We gave them 2 people there in our practice room and that played for them last season because they had a lot of injuries.
Shots fired.
Thank you, CJ. Lord's good people. Anyways, but here's the final one, and here's the thing that we just came up with. I really love. If you come and you win one of our brackets in one of those 5-weight classes, and you don't get picked as a free agent, you don't get picked, at the draft. You can still be a Wolverine. This is a USA grappling type idea that TJ told me about. Because if you got second place in their qualifiers, you could still be a part of the team. You just had to pay your own way. And that, don't get me wrong, I know that's rough. That's a commitment to betting on yourself. But I know there's some people out there that just want to be a part of the PGF so bad that I'll tell them, hey, people get injured a lot. We're only going to have, with 5 weight classes, we're not going to be very deep as far as having a bench in each weight class. And so if you come out and you're training with the team, and part of that is, hey, we you pay your own way as like room and board and stuff like that, but we'll give you a kit. You'll be in the same training room, get the same experience as far as like being in the rooms with those guys. And here's another thing, I don't keep people from cross training. Some teams are like, hey, you got to stay just with us. You can't cross train in a different gym in Las Vegas. I'm like, why would I ever do that to people?
Yeah,
this is an experience, people. But anyway, so that's the thing. It's like we're going to try to give as much opportunity, and that's one of our touchstones is giving opportunities for Colorado athletes. And so if you come in a qualifier for us, you got a lot of different chances to being a part of this team. What are you doing? Oh,
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I like it. I like the sound of all that. Yeah, it adds that professional kind of element to it, and the different element too of like, yeah, a guy gets hurt, and those Cinderella stories kind of when a guy's hurt and a guy comes off the bench and then like does really well, which adds to the fun of everything.
So Donald, I apologize. This is like totally not like our real life conversations because you're much more gregarious and outspoken than me.
Yeah, say something good, Don.
I've been running my suck, man. Go for it, Donald.
No, you guys are good, man. And you know what? It's been a great conversation. Sometimes it's nice to just listen in and see what people got to say about stuff. One thing I just wanted to even co-add to what you were talking about, Scotty, and something we're very excited about with what we're doing here with bringing this franchise is that, yes, absolutely. You're going to find out who the best in Colorado is. But even better than that, because we have a Naga every weekend, we have a Grapple Industries every weekend where Caleb Crump can go back and forth with Anakin time and time again, trying to decide who's the best in that weight class. But what's really cool about this on some of the things that he's offering, whereas like you win a qualifier, Colorado Jiu-Jitsu athletes are going to have an opportunity. Yes, maybe you don't go for the Colorado Wolverines, but that's fine. You have an opportunity at home to compete, maybe get picked up by the Phenoms or any of the slew of other new teams that are about to come out. I think, what is it, like 8 or something now?
Yeah, we now have 8 teams. And I mean, hey, and we have four teams that are completely new, like we were last season.
Yep.
And so they're looking. They're anyone that shows out in one of our qualifiers that will be seen on the PGF World YouTube and our YouTube. I mean, that's a prime spotlight because I'm telling you what, I watched every qualifier very intently last season, looking for people to draft. Sorry, go on, Donald.
No, it's just 100%. I'm just adding a bit of flavor to what we were already talking about. I feel like this thing can be so good for Colorado, and the fact that it's not just behind a single gym, you know what I mean? It's like, so it can kind of be a rallying point for all of the gyms to get behind. And it was also a big reason why, like we've been going through gym owners selectively at first, especially, for members who are real pillars in the community. And you are one of those. Something everybody may not know, when I compete in IBJJF, I actually compete under Scotty, who was very kind enough to just let me sign up under him. He's never charged me $1 for that. I don't train at his gym. I mean, it's incredible, man. And, seeing people like that really care about the community and give back to just some random master's purple belt, is is pretty cool, man. And it's a big reason we want to come out here and, you know, shout out your gym, let you guys know what we're doing, and let you know that the Wolverines are serious about growing Colorado Jiu-Jitsu. It's not just about, oh, we're only going to be trying to grow one gym or another gym. We really want to give everybody here an opportunity to get on that national stage. Because to touch on something you talked about earlier, I think a big reason people move too is because if none of the big tournaments are coming here, or if none of the big opportunities, well, I mean, dude, most jiu-jitsu athletes are broke. You know, if all the opportunities are in Austin or New York, well, then of course you're going to go to Austin or New York, you know. So we just want to be able to offer that too.
Yeah, I've seen good talent leave Colorado, male and female, you know, that were really good here, but again, they just weren't getting what they needed for whatever reason. They had to move, you know. So,
well, that's the amazing thing about the PGF, and we've talked about this with, especially with Anakin and Jimmy when Subhounds was on here, is that, you know, with our qualifier system, it brings that democratization of, you know, the system. I mean, if you want to be on, pardon me, on UFC BJJ right now, you better know somebody. If you want to be on, you know, if you want to be on CJI, you better know somebody. You know, have people know you. But you know what? Hey, everyone in Colorado has their own opportunity here. You sign up for a qualifier, you show out, and they start asking, "Who is Schmuckatelli? That guy is a killer." And all of a sudden,
shout out Schmuckatelli.
Yeah, well, I mean, Snuffy, Benots, I mean, all those great Marine Corps names we give the random guy, but you know, but you could be John Smith or whatever, and you know, all of a sudden, every owner of a franchise is asking, who is that guy? That guy just snubbed everyone on his way to win in less than a minute, and this happens, I swear, every season. There's somebody you've never heard of that comes into qualifier as a buzz, and and now that buzzsaw is likely to get a free agent role, like signed before even the draft, or if not, probably go first round and get some money.
Yeah.
You know? So they're out there, and that's how it happens. But go ahead.
Yeah, there's just those gym kind of legends that you're just like, oh damn, I've never heard of this dude. He's really good. So, and then more opportunity for making money and more opportunity for getting your name out there, which I think that's where real money is, right? With getting your name out there and having a following where you can have some sponsors and instructionals, that sort of stuff. So,
no, we got likely the commissioner, PGF World, coming in to say hi. Always appreciate it.
Yo,
check them out. They're going to be they're trying to make that kick live stream a thing, like on the daily. So yeah, trying to make it 24/7 if you can. And Brandon, I think I've offered before, but I haven't officially. I'm all about. I'll throw this on the PGF feed as well on Kick, just to do our part. So let us know. But you know, as CJ the producer said, I didn't know who Jaden Groner was before the Phenoms qualifier last season. I mean, freaking Donald did. As soon as I like pointed him out as you know on the draft pool, and I was like pulling our guys. Donald.
I was the first one. I wanted Jaden Groner immediately. I voted him. And no offense, Travis Haven, he's a dog, but I was like, I picked Jaden over Travis.
Yeah. Donald said, I've reffed all this guy's matches. He makes it really easy. He just subs them. And it's very handy. He's a killer. Make it happen. And I'm like, well, shit. You know, Donald says so. Let's go. All right. Well, we asked some questions. There's more things we want to get to, but you again, I've said before, you keep a very disciplined YouTube show where you keep it to a certain amount of time. We usually try to keep it to about an hour. So
cool.
We'll see what else we can get into. But right now we're going to try something new if we can, a rapid fire segment.
Let's do it.
All right, get ready. Well, you already said this, so this should be an easy one to start off. Gi or no gi?
No gi.
100%. Most underrated skill in jiu-jitsu?
Pinning.
Coming from wrestler, okay. Most overrated trend in grappling right now?
Most overrated what?
Trend. Overrated trend.
Trend in grappling?
Yeah.
You
did say lightning round, right?
Man. Both
No,
my
I'm
answers,
interested.
both.
Take your time. I want to know what the
Oh,
answer is
okay.
here on this one here.
Steroids.
Steroids.
Don't need them. Never used them. I'm fine.
All right. Favorite submission?
Kimura lately.
All right. Ole Be Goody. Hardest room in Colorado.
Oh,
Hardest
that's a good
room.
one. That's a good one.
Anybody but the Subhounds, I'd say.
Oh,
Gonna be
nice.
the Subhounds, of course. Gonna be the.
Make
Subhounds.
sure you clip that, Egghead. We need
High
that.
altitude's got a tough room too. I hear. I've not been there, so but I've trained with all the Subhound guys and me close, so I know them better. So
Yeah, we totally skipped this area, but best
Wilson
UFC
brothers too, though. So
Okay. Well, you shouted out multiple Wolverine supporters, so we appreciate that. Best UFC grappler you've worked with?
Man, either Brandon Royval or Paulo Costa, maybe.
Oh, very cool. Paulo's
Just trained with Paulo. I never got to. I never coached him. Just trained with him.
Sure.
So.
No, he's been at BGF before. Very cool.
Yeah.
Best wrestler you've ever rolled with?
Best wrestler? Man, I've wrestled with some good dudes. Probably Pat Cummins, one of my good buddies. He's one of the best wrestlers that I've gone with. Yeah. Yep.
No, love it. Most important trait for competitors?
Mental. You got to have your mental together, because we all know these guys, and I've been one of these guys where I was better in the gym than I was competing. I would beat guys that were top 3 in the nation in the gym that were bigger up a weight class and yada, yada, yada. And then for whatever reason, sometimes I just couldn't make it happen when it was time to do it.
That's one of the things that Brandon created the PGF for, was to give those guys that experience, like learning how to compete, because it's its own skill.
Oh, we lost him.
All right. Technical difficulties.
I'm working on it. Keep going.
Well, I can't keep going with the lightning round because he's I mean.
Emacs in the comments.
Okay, Brandon. Obviously, I already said. Oh, I mean, and part of me, Brandon's birthday was yesterday, I believe. So happy birthday, Brandon.
Happy birthday.
He's a ripe old 46, I think now. So watch out.
Ooh, that's old.
Yeah.
Shut up, boy. Friggin'. I'm older than he is. That's not cool. Anyway, so Brandon, happy birthday, brother. Obviously, without Brandon, we would not have the PGF. We would not have any Colorado Wolverines, and we would not have this show. So thank you very much. But getting back to it. So, all right. So one rule change. I'll let it wash over you.
You're going to ground him, dude. Tell him he's grounded.
Oh, he just graduated college. I help move him out of the dorm. The emergency credit card's getting cut off. Oh, it's real lifetime here, buddy. That's amazing. One rule change that you'd make to professional grappling immediately.
I think your rule set's pretty great. Yeah. I don't really have maybe, I don't know. Maybe some sort of riding time. If you had a guy mounted for a specific amount of time, like in wrestling, there's riding time, where if you had a guy's back for a specific amount of time, but he couldn't finish, and if it came down to some sort of draw or something like that, that'd be the only thing but everything's, I like the rule set. So that'd be the only sort of thing.
I'll come back to that in 1 second. So last question, the lightning round. If you could build the perfect Colorado Wolverines athlete, what would they look like?
Yeah, they're going to have good wrestling and good leg locks. I've been big on those for 15 years now, ever since I started. When I started jiu-jitsu, I noticed, and everybody really is these days, the wrestling still could get better. Some guys just pull and sit and play legs, right? But when I started jiu-jitsu, I was destroying everybody in wrestling, and I was not the best wrestler. And then I started to play with leg locks, and I was like, oh, dude, I was tapping out black belts and they had no idea how to defend a straight ankle lock or something simple. I was just like, oh man, these are 2 big gaps. That was, those since have gotten so much better in grappling and jiu-jitsu. So, but I would think those are the 2 important things.
So, as far as your writing time, that has somewhat been implemented in the idea that you can get that. I think it's passivity call now. It used to be just stalling.
Yeah.
But for instance, like we've had a number of times where Jet Thompson's had somebody's back, and he's just had it forever for like more than half the match, and they just get out of it. But they get the flag thrown on them, and they get the penalty. And if you get 3 penalties,
Gotcha.
and it goes to the end, the person that did not get the penalties gets 2 points. So it's
Gotcha.
kind of a similar thing that's kind of been put in there.
That's probably a better way to do it anyways, quite honestly, hitting people for passivity, which is great, And,
yeah, it really it does truly is self-correcting, because like you throw out that flag and everyone on the sideline starts yelling, people take chances.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Go ahead.
Like the old pride rules had that, right? They had the yellow card when guys weren't fighting and it was boring. They would throw them with the yellow card, and if they hit them with another one, that's 10% of your purse. So that'll motivate you, So I like anything like that, where I don't see that in fighting. You don't see that in a lot of jiu-jitsu rule sets. Even this last CJI was just like, he tried to up the bonus, but also still it wasn't enough to be like, it's like, well, our whole team could make 250, or maybe I'll make an extra 50 if I go more harder for the finish. It still wasn't enough, because it's like, I'm just not going to get subbed, and we're going to eliminate each other, and then then the next guy's going to try to do my job. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we tried the quintet format in season 4. I mean, the whole quintet thing was pretty amazing. Like quintet 1, quintet 2 was phenomenal. But then to the same point, Scott, is that I think everyone just figured out that the biggest thing was just don't get subbed. You see that in Polaris too, where like you'll have like 10 different matches and you might get like 2 subs. It's like, damn.
Well, they're going to game the system within the rule set. So it's like you're going to have 1 or 2 killers. Everybody else is going to be stoppers. So, I mean, which, great, good for them to go get their bag. But if that's the rule set set up, it's not going to be very fun to watch.
Exactly.
So we've now hit 1 hour. And I don't know how much time you have left, but I definitely want to give you, well, I guess a few things. One, first, I know Donald had some questions written down. So I'm going to make him actually ask some questions if he has any that he wants to have answered. You got them written down, man. I mean,
I actually did have some questions written down, but so we all got ADHD and all that. We all got off on the PGF tangent. But I just wanted the viewers as well to know, anybody who doesn't know you, it's actually a really cool career that you have. And then of course, I know you personally, but I did some research as well before this and learned more things about you, which was pretty cool, man. Cool. So another thing, just to touch on your coaching, so everybody knows, you not only own a gym in Evergreen, but you also coach UFC fighters, correct?
Yep.
And their grappling?
Yep.
Who have you coached?
Brandon Royval, Anthony Smith, Yusuf Zalal, man, so a ton of names. Cody Brundage, he just fought recently. I coach down at Factory X, which has a lot of, again, a rich MMA scene. We have one of the best MMA scenes in the nation here in Colorado, right? We've got Factory X, we got High Altitude, we got Trevor Whitman, we got Dwayne Ludwig, we got so many great coaches here, and I've been lucky to be I've known Mark since I've lived here. Basically, I met him at GUM, and he went and started Factory X, and I've been able to coach a lot of guys. They brought me in when Anthony Smith was fighting for the title against John Jones. They're like, hey, we need training partners. I was like, I'll do my best impression of John Jones, but it's not going to be easy. That's when I started coming back to the MMA scene. I kind of worked and trained with a lot of those guys before, like Chris Camozzi, early days. And then I kind of just focused on jiu-jitsu, and I really wanted to master that. And then I met Neil Melanson, who's coached tons of greats, Dominic Cruz, Randy Couture, Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns, name after name after name that Neil's coached. And Neil helped me so much in my game. He made me feel like I knew nothing. And then that's kind of what kind of shot me back into the MMA scene and working with fighters. I've been able to coach, at UFC title fights when Brandon fought Pantoja. I've been able to coach in Mexico City, Vince Pichel, one of, good buddy. He's awesome. I've been able to coach a lot of guys that fought at the highest level in the UFC. And I'm lucky to do that. Chris Gutierrez, Jonathan Martinez, like tons of guys, some some you don't know, but all great athletes. And it's been fun. That's kind of been my specialty is MMA grappling. I love the sports stuff. I still practice it. I still do it. I still study it. But most of what I teach down there for sure is the MMA grappling, and some of that stuff's starting to trickle kind of back and forth a little bit. So, I've enjoyed my career, and again, been able to teach seminars all over the place. I got 7 affiliates, I think 3 or 4 in Kansas, a couple in Tennessee, a couple here in Colorado. It's kind of been my career. I got to meet a lot of great athletes and coach great athletes and pick up things from them. So
This was a big thing I just wanted to touch on, just so people kind of knew you weren't just a random local gym owner.
Basically just a kids class teacher now. So.
Yeah. We just got this guy. But no, it's awesome stuff, man. And then I had another question too. So being surrounded by all these elite level athletes, what's a common denominator that you see amongst these guys, maybe a shared one that you think separates them from the other guys who aren't at that level?
Well, one, they're very coachable, and they all or their work ethic is insane. So talking about like Wagner Ochoa, which I got really close with Wagner, and he's what is he, 40 something now? So when I trained with him, he was in his late 30s. And I never seen anybody train as hard as Wagner did. And he loved training with me. And I was like, I'd seen him in like 4 or 5 years. I was like, he might not even remember. He's like, dude, how you been? What's going on? I was like, I remember training with you. I was like, I wish I could train with you today. But he had a seminar and a whole event going. I was like, nah, that's cool, man. But I got to train with Wagner and Cyborg and Adolfo Vieira and all sorts of good guys. But Wagner, I learned a lot from the mental side, and so coachable and like sharing knowledge. Like you would think, I run into a guy like that, like he's just going to be the one that's like, one, I learned so much from him, but he was also asking me questions like, oh, what'd you do there? What happened there? Like, and then, so all those guys are so coachable, even though that they're, better than me. And even the UFC fighters that I coach, they're very coachable guys. Like the best ones are coachable, where they're always trying to learn. And they don't have this ego about them of like, I know everything. I don't need to know anything from you. So, and then the work ethic, some of the guys I've never seen anybody outwork Brandon Royval. I've never seen anybody outwork Yusuf Zalal. So there's a few of these names like that, so those would be the 2 qualities I would say that get them to that elite level. And then, strategy, if you watch Wagner, you might not love it, but he wins and he's got a good strategy. I compare him to almost like I feel in running, there's kind of 2 different ways to win a race, right? You either like the front runner and the guy tries to catch you, or you stay behind the guy until the end of the race and then you just take off. Like that's Wagner. He'll just like chip at your heels. And then once he sees that you're going down, he goes. And then like, you're just like, dude, I don't get gassed more now that I'm a little bit older, but I wouldn't have, I just don't get gassed. With him, I get gassed. I was like, what's happening here? Like, how am I this tired? And we haven't really done much. So.
And he's like 43, right? Something like that.
43, and just insane work ethic and just always training. Such a good dude. His kids obviously are awesome. Achilles is fun to watch and his daughter's fun to watch. Like it's cool to watch. And he's building his own little, I wouldn't say little, but he's building quite the team now at his gym, and when I was there in 2018 or whatever it was, 2017, like his team was good, but he didn't have what he has now. So it's fun to see him grow that.
And I only have one more question that I'd had written down anyway. But so are you really you're a Neil Melanson black belt?
Yep. There's only a few of us. Neil's stingy, which is cool. But Randy Couture's one. I'm one. I don't know who else he's given him to. He's got like 6 guys or something like that Neil's given to him. He's one of those guys that's just like kind of like an Eddie Bravo, where it's just like I can do whatever I want because I'm good enough. Like I'm going to create my own system and I'm going to black belt out of my own system. So people are sometimes confused about that. Like in the gi, I have my rank under Busy BJJ, Mario Busy, who's great. He's been a black belt for 30 years or something like that, right? Been training since the early 90s. And in the no gi, Neil, I learned more from Neil than I've ever learned from anyone else. He's like the coach that I was like, man, if I had this guy, years before. And then he's also like, I want to be the coach that he was to me. So I try to be the best coach that I can be because like I wanted to be that coach that I never had until I met Neil. So yeah, Neil's one of those. I think he's in the top 5 like greatest grappling coaches. I think he's there with like Danaher and even Faraz Sahabi. I like to study his stuff. Sean Hammond. Yeah.
What's the
Sean
biggest
Williams.
takeaway of his coaching philosophy that you add to your own coaching philosophy?
Keeping it simple. He just does very simple things that are effective. He's a Navy guy, so a lot of that sort of style of teaching and training, and very Pavlov's dogs of just like, you do good, I'll reward you. You do bad, I smack you. So when you're training with him, he's just going, and then all of a sudden he turns it up on you. Like, dude, did I piss you off? What happened here? He's just wrecking you and like torturing you. You're like, nope, you did the wrong thing. It was like, oh, all right, let's see if I do the right thing this next time, and not eat a crossface from left field or whatever. And then you go with him again, and like he'll let you win. That's the other thing too. Like I think old school BJJ guys, they have that ego. A lot of coaches are like, I'd never let my students tap me, and he'll let you win a little bit sometimes if you're doing the right thing and you're doing good. And every once in a while, he'll let a guy tap him just to build his confidence, because the coach will just, this old school thought is just like, I'm just gonna, and you beat him down so much they don't have the confidence in themselves. But I feel like, oh, I caught Neil today. They're gonna like going into a fight, they're gonna think that like, oh, I'm ready to go, So he had a lot of cool tactics like that, tactics over techniques. That was his other thing that I learned huge on. Just like, yeah, I got all these techniques, but tactics of just like, how am I going to get to the guy's legs? How am I going to snap his head down and keep his head down? How am I going to keep distance? Simple things like that will win you matches, just having good tactics. Like, okay, I'm not going to let him on his legs, on my legs. How do I do that? Well, I'll just keep my knees on the ground. He'll never get underneath me, So lots of stuff, man.
Greatly appreciate it, and appreciate your indulgence of the interlopers that have taken over the majority of my couch here. My daughter,
You've got fans, Scott.
Hello.
and my sister Elizabeth. So
Elizabeth.
just want to say hi.
Yeah. CJ and David Carl were telling us about you, and I was like, let's go on the podcast because we're annoying.
Well,
hop on in.
Yeah.
We'll go.
Love you all. Now you made your appearance, your cameo.
Okay.
Now go. All right, don't break the stuff around here. All right, so talking about, since again you're being very kind and indulgent,
Sure.
Producer, pop in for a second. Oh, he make funny sounds, but he can't. All right, so first of all, just want to say quickly, CJ, congratulations on graduating from college. I do now owe your grandfather is going to get a crisp $1 bill for me. Because we had a little bet.
Wait, I think that the crowd wants to do it again. Oh,
Give a child the soundboard. Okay. He's also rocking the Wolverines.
You want to know why? Because I wake up.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Bam.
Okay. All right. Congratulations on graduating, boy. Now, man, credit card's getting turned off. Good luck with life. And you can go back in the background now.
All right, Scott, you're doing great so far, man. I mean, you did great. It's an hour and 9 minutes. You can go if you want.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
We're gonna close it up. I mean, or we can go more stuff.
Oh, did you take out Scott?
You just, good Lord, CJ.
I'm still here, but yeah.
Oh, he's special. Anyway. No, that's great stuff because Neil Mill and stuff. I'm watching his stuff online. Oh man, I love every time I see a video of his, I'm like, okay, save.
It's funny. He was so ahead of his time because like it's funny now what I see from people like, oh dude, have you seen K guard? I'm like, Neil showed that to me in 2017. Oh, have you seen Octopus guard? Neil showed that to me in 2017. Like when I coached, he just showed me so many things that are like, oh look, it's Octopus guard. Oh look, it's K guard. It's this, it's that. It's like, yeah, which is awesome. That's what I love about jiu-jitsu. It's almost like rappers kind of. You take each other's stuff and you make it your own, and you're like, okay, have you done it this way, that way, the other way, right? It's like everything's been invented pretty much. It's just the way that it's packaged and systematized and, put out there into the world. So it's cool because like if you're a real student and historian of grappling, of judo and catch wrestling and jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and even Aikido and Sambo and name a grappling art, that's what I appreciate and always wanted to be with grappling. And I think, guys like Eddie Bravo said that years ago, just like, oh, what if we combine, all the arts of, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and like just took the best of the best and like tried to make it, into one thing. So that's the fun stuff about of jiu-jitsu and grappling. We call it jiu-jitsu, but it's grappling. It's all of those combined,
Oh, love it. I mean, what is a twister? It's just a wrestler's guillotine.
Yep. I didn't even know you could submit people there. And I was with my buddy and I was like, dude, let's just do jiu-jitsu. And then I got him in the twister and he's like, what are you going to do? Pin me? And I cranked his neck. He's like, oh, tap, tap, tap. I was like, yeah, you can sub people here, dude. Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
No, that's really cool. I mean, obviously the journey you've been on for 30 years of grappling, from wrestling to jiu-jitsu to coaching UFC people in championships and wow. I mean, again, I love your Matt Miles shows. I realize you haven't had one out in a bit. So when we're
I'm gonna have some episodes coming out. So yeah, stay tuned. I got, again, like I said, I got South Florida with Wagner and my buddy Drew Phoenix, who coaches down there.
Yeah.
And then I have one Asheville, North Carolina, which is going to be cool too. It's fun because shout out to the Subhounds. How many great things come out of garages? So the Asheville one's really about kind of like, not only because my buddy out there, Colt Parsons, owns Speakeasy Jiu-Jitsu. Nice little plug there for Subhounds. Colt Parsons started his gym 2020. It's called the Speakeasy because, especially in Asheville, it's very liberal. Everything was shut down. They had to sneak into the garage and train out of the garage. So he started his out of garage. He still does cool garage sessions. That's got a sauna. It's 100 and some degrees. It's like 50, 60% humidity. It's crazy. It's like training in a sauna. And then Josh Ford, he's got a bakery in his garage. So yeah, cool episodes coming out soon, probably the next month or so. And then even more coming down this summer. So.
All right. Obviously you got Matt Miles. Is there anything else? You
got an instructional. I call it the Hawaiian headlock. It's like a cool, fun little bottom side control system. You can catch people off guard. That's on BJJ Fanatics. So I got that. I want to do a front headlock instructional too. I got a lot of fun stuff from there that I'm going to do with BJJ Fanatics, probably maybe in the fall or winter or something like that. But yeah, BJJ Fanatics Hawaiian headlock, fun little instructional there. I got tons of free content on my Instagram, Scotty Jiu-Jitsu, for techniques or lifestyle stuff like the Matt Miles. And then I got my YouTube's got a ton of free jiu-jitsu stuff, little golden nuggets, hopefully, that people get out of it.
And I just saw just quickly, I looked at the essentially the cover, if you will, of the instructional. So is that like essentially like a case of katame from the bottom?
Yeah. I just call it that because my buddy who's Hawaiian showed me like the very first part of it in the very years ago. And then I've just been playing with it for years, and I work like an outside butterfly system into it. And then, like a bunch of top case katami stuff that is fun to do. So yeah, just kind of this tricky little Americana called the Sneaky Pete. So yeah, fun little system from bottom case katami. Keep jiu-jitsu fun,
Yeah.
Life's too short. You got to be tricky and fun sometimes.
Oh, I'm picking it up. Yeah, I'm known for giggling through class and just like having 100% having fun because I'm a military judge in my real life, so I'm wearing a uniform. I have to be very solemn and serious, and you get me on the mats, and I can be my real self. That's when I'm Egghead and not Lieutenant Colonel Seagraves, and so I could just be like having fun and just forget all that crap. And that's like my mental health exercise. So I'm with you,
Love
brother. We gotta have
Yeah.
fun. All right, so I think we had an amazing talk. Is there anything else we should have covered that we left out?
Nah, I'm good. Don, you got anything for me, brother?
No, I feel like we ran over everything, and just make sure to shout out Evergreen Jiujitsu.
Yeah, thank you.
Drop in there and train. I've trained there before. Awesome gym,
Yeah.
a fantastic group of people there. Real high level for being in the mountains too. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
always
yeah.
welcome. We're up in Evergreen, Colorado. Come on by. I get visitors since it's vacation destination from all over the place. Italy, Puerto Rico, all over the States, all over the world. So we got an open mat. Come on up, train, have some fun.
Love it. It's truly beautiful up in Evergreen. And again, it's one of those kind of hashtag life goals. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But until then, hey, I look forward to meeting you in person. I'm going to be out
Same.
there starting in July. Hopefully, we'll see you at some qualifiers that we'll be announcing soon.
Absolutely.
Come on by. It'll be fun. And until then, I think we're going to let you go back to the green room. We'll close it up, and then we'll see you back there.
I
So, see you
appreciate it.
then.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Scotty.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, again, sorry for hogging the mic, if you will, Donald.
No,
You know,
I thought it was great. We touched on everything, and I just saved those notes for the end there to just touch on those things I was real interested in hearing from him about.
yeah, that was definitely in the line of questioning, but we just kind of jumped a little bit ahead. Appreciate you pulling us back and getting all that stuff to know that Scott Miller, man, his experience is truly amazing. You know, just from his wrestling background up from nowhere, Kansas, and I can say that as a fellow Kansan. That, I mean, Oberlin's nowhere, man. I mean, he's middle. I mean, it's almost Nebraska. But you know, into fighting, you know, or I should say, training UFC fighters at the highest level. Having affiliates all over the country, which is really, really cool. And again, awesome meeting them at his Matt Miles shows, which is really entertaining and fun. So please check it out on YouTube, guys. I guess, again, you know, hey, very soon, I know we've been saying it forever, but very, very soon, we will tell you when the qualifiers are and where they're going to be this next week. I promise you this next week, we will tell you, and we'll give you all those opportunities to be a part of the PGF, part of the Wolverines. So I'll get one more in. So, all right, Donald, you can say goodbye, then I'll say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Well, you know, we can't all have 20-pound brains, but until then, you know, I'll do my best to help you out with that. See you next week.